Hi all, welcome to my game week squads for this weekend. We have 57 squads in total for game week 50. So obviously this has started as we're talking about joys of just how time has fell today and whatnot. So obviously your cap 250 squads, these will likely be 4-man as expected. Our other 250s should be 5-man, whatever happens. And then obviously the 2 all-star teams are 4-mans. Bit bold, of course, putting someone like Bobby Thomas here, but sometimes you're just trying to balance things out. Got all the Waltons in use. I should really unwrap them, see if any of them are special. Maybe do that at a later date. But generally just now, Premier League, I do need to do a bit of housekeeping. Then from like there, La Liga's kind of same problem. Like I'm ruining this team simply because like Valentin's not able to play, Rubio I think's injured, I think Ricardo's injured. I think this team's literally a 2-man, and I'm like, I just haven't had time this week to sit down and review a few squads and say, right, what's needing improved, what's lacking. Like from a classic point of view, this has potential. We scored quite well, but I just feel at times I'm a little neglecting. I love how Zentner has. I love him first with this team. Zentner has done what? Penalty save, penalty conceded, got a booking. We will timestamp that, folks. Somehow we're first. Maybe the only first we'll ever get. So 30 points clear, and we've got Wirtz and Hincapié still to play. Like Schwallow won't play there. I've just not been able to tie down rare keepers. Like in any competition really, that's the problem. With here especially, didn't anticipate Matty Ryan to transfer. I missed that, and that scuppered me. Like Thomas and playing well and a good start. I mean, just get up the divisions would be nice. Get into like Div 2, Div 3, get beyond these like 2-star boxes, constantly get 3s would be nice. McCarthy I'm not expecting to play, but there is an outside chance that he could, I suppose. See what happens with that. Then like rare challengers, we've got 5 squads and all. Vigro's got to step up sooner or later because he's leaking goals for fun. Howen starting to creep up massively in value, so the 3 that we have looking not bad value for money suddenly, which is not bad again. And being Almer, it's a relegation battle, so with between the Almer and the RKC players that we have, that'll be a laugh. Fortuna and Willem, Fortuna Willem expected to hopefully step up as well a little bit. Be interesting to see how Venta does. This team's going to be a laugh this week. So close last week to our first card reward. In rare, obviously we've got a reward which we will talk about after we've done all this. Omarson not captaining this week was maybe a bold move from me, but Ritz fancy to score well. But generally quite sound. Gilhelm 81, Marani 51, 132 there so far. As I said, there is like collectively potential for teams to really secure a lot of boxes. Few sneaker card with a belt. Inigo Peanut only scored 48 is rough. I genuinely thought he would be good for high score this week. Ortuno 57, so he's playing really well. Obviously has 14.5, and this what's going to make the difference nowadays is the captain's bonus. So like 66.5 on Simon Murray is quite mad, to be honest. Like Rocky's 18.5, Spangler 17.5, Dwight's 18.5, and that's what's going to make the difference with some of these teams now. while this version 56.5. So I've got to be kind of like really intuitive with who I put in where and make them count. There was an outside shout of making a second rare under 23 squad, but decided in the end to pass it. In fact, did I put? Yeah, I put Collison up here. That's what I was going to bring up. Basically, I put Collison here. I got offered a second under 23 rare keeper, but just with who's possibly not playing, like so maybe say Hansen's not going to start, Saito's not going to start, Bowie I thought keep here, he's more likely to come off the bench. Collison might be a starter, he could be off the bench. So I was like, well, I've got two rare attackers that could start. I've then got other players that aren't given to start in terms of like defence and midfield. Sorry, 3 attackers. So I was kind of just like hold it off this week and then review it again next week as well. But at the moment, obviously sitting on 15 boxes and technically 3 cards, which would be a right laugh. If I was to end up with 3 cards, I'd be very satisfied, but at the same time I've got to have massive expectations. Now, we said we won a card. Now, 49 and 58 were not played by me at all in terms of actual squads. Now, 48 we could only look, I think it was literally one player, which was Baselli, was all we could have done in like under 23s. What we did was we did a no card entry approach. We did 5 teams, won 1 reward in the end, in the form of a rare under 23 player. The squad, if we'd put into super rare under 23, would have won like a tier 4 super rare, tier 4 or tier 5 super rare I should say, and could have been very, very juicy. But so with the dice rolls, 49 were due a box, but we've not been given anything back. Now I'm going to show the reward in question, which is Tigo Land, who played against Liverpool the other night. Last 5 offers between £7 and £13 respectively. So one is the reward. This was our no card entry win, and yeah, I couldn't really fault it in the slightest. This, I'll see what we can get from. I've put them up for 15 at the moment. Obviously, no card entry is probably a delicate topic in the grand scheme of things, but I was like, I don't have like any teams oddly for this midweek for the 2 game weeks, and I thought, let's actually compete in no card entry. Like we thought, like what's the harm in it? Really, that was basically what came down to. Obviously, the next one's in like 4 days. Obviously it says like where you send it, and it's like, but it was a half-hour window is what we had for it, which was fair because it was 7:30 till 8 o'clock. But yeah, we just basically had nothing for those game weeks, and we were like, why sit around doing nothing when we can actually compete in no card entry, see what we can do, hope for the best and make it count, which we did. So got us a reward, just a case of getting it sorted really in the grand scheme of things. But as I said, folks, see what things bring come the end of the game week. If come Tuesday night we've got a few cards, maybe some money, and a whole pile of boxes in before we've got like 25 boxes or 30 boxes, like record numbers for us, then we're laughing, and then hopefully sooner or later we can look at these crafts. I said, rare wise I'm thinking at least give it the tier 4, but I'm happy to keep waiting, because I know I'm not really getting anywhere with it. The limited is what our priority is. Get the tier 1 in and make it happen when the time comes, because obviously that's what we're riding our lock on. I said I love the mix, but at the moment we're 28% contender, 25 neutral, 13.5 champion, 13 challenger, 9% nearly in La Liga, 5% in Bundesliga, and nearly 5% in the Premier League. So real potential, real hope, and as I say, when the MLS comes shortly as well, we'll have even more competitions to add into, and it's going to be fun and games to be had from there, because as we've said before, we've got £39.50 in market credits to put to use. We're going to go hard into MLS, like goalies and whatnot, as we've said, and get them all brought in if they're still in budget that we're happy with, and we'll gauge it from there. So have a good one, folks. Take it easy all, thanks for listening, and I will catch you all later.